Ready to take off with Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake by miniomegaking. Take it away.
Hey, I'm Minnie. I'm here with Puchiedarcy, Starwin, and Plywood, and I'm going to be doing Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, and we're going to go for Big Boss rank. So, time is going to start when I select the original difficulty, so I'll let you know when that is.
Get ready for a treat, everyone. This
All right.
game is fantastic.
3, 2, 1, go.
So there's really not much time to explain. We're gonna start off with pretty much one of the hardest parts of the game right at the start. This intro infiltration area, we need to be playing very precisely because the first guard we punch is one of the hardest. You have to catch this cycle very quickly, come into the truck, pick up this ration, we'll need it for later, and then crawl under this fence. And if you're not quick enough, you will not make this cycle. But Minnie made it. Minnie made it.
I play it close.
He placed it nice and close, like close shave.
That is a reset every single time if you don't get that punch.
Yeah, it's pretty bad if that doesn't happen. And we confused this guard with a knock on the wall. That's a new feature in Metal Gear 2 compared to the original game. The other thing that you'll notice is this nifty radar system. Strangely enough, the advanced MSX computer can keep track of all these guards' movements. So the pattern and cycle will continue even if you're not on that screen. And that'll become very important throughout the screens in this game. But we got through the infiltration area, which is, again, one of the hardest screens of the game. So coming into the Zanzibar building, we're gonna get to the elevator. And one thing you're gonna notice when he approaches the elevator is he's gonna crawl in, which seems kind of bizarre, but it actually is faster. If you run into the elevator, you'll come in lower into the elevator than if you crawled in. And that's because, yeah, these guards shake their head when they get punched. Ooh. They just can't believe it.
Big oof.
Metal Gear 2, shake my head. So like I said, he's gonna crawl in. Again, it is faster, trust me. This is how he actually went into the elevator at our hotel this morning, just to get himself prepped. And a little thing there, during that splash screen, Minnie held X so that when he picked up that card, he picked it up immediately to skip the dialogue box. So we're coming up to the first boss of the game, which is also the hardest boss in the game.
Yeah, the whole beginning of this run is hard.
It's really brutal. Black Ninja, there's a manipulation that we did for this by not getting caught and doing 2 knocks to distract guards. Which Puchiedarcy actually discovered. On the PS2 version, you can manipulate how the Black Ninja does his initial pattern. This boss not only has a weird hitbox, but his attacks are pretty strong, and we don't have a lot of health. But we know where he's gonna move, and we know how to time out our shots so that we can do maximum damage while we can predict his pattern, and this is a really good start. I think we're gonna have a very nice fight. Perfect fight. No joke, that fight is really hard casually without that manip. So well done, Minnie.
The good thing is that now it's pretty much smooth sailing. We do have some other things to worry about, but we can take a little bit of a breather.
Yeah, it's if you learn this game, the first 3 minutes are gonna have you stuck for a bit.
I probably took about 4 or 5 days just learning the first 3 minutes of this game.
Good thing is you always start with it, so you'll have plenty of time to practice. And the only trouble is with the manip, if you want to practice it, you have to go back to the main menu of Disc 2. We haven't really even explained what version we're playing.
We should probably do that.
But so this is the PS2 version of Metal Gear Solid 3 Subsistence in the PAL region. This is Disc 2, okay? This is very specific. You gotta know this stuff. Keep track at home. Don't be shaking your head at this. This is knowledge, guards. This is knowledge. So we're actually taking a safer route through this room, by the way, but that's just because we want to reduce our alerts later on. There's gonna be some alerts that could happen, may not happen. It's random. We're gonna follow this guy. He has a green beret. We're gonna eventually make him shake his head, but it's gonna take a while.
And another thing about the PAL version is you actually move a lot quicker than the NTSC version.
Which is why we play it.
I don't, because I just don't want to buy the game and swap magic.
So the reason why PAL is faster is because when they were porting the game to PAL, they noticed that Snake was moving really slow. Like, apparently it was so slow that, like, the game just wasn't playing right. So to fix that, they just made Snake move 12% faster. Everything else runs at the same PAL speed, but Snake just moves a lot faster than he does in other versions.
Yeah, everything else moves at the same speed, and it's kind of weird. Like, the game runs at a lower frame rate, but this version is way faster. And on top of it, the in-game timer, which is how we track this game, runs slower on PAL. So not only are you saving time from the timer, but you're also just moving really fast. It's hard to really judge from watching the footage, but if you look at NTSC or you play NTSC, you'll feel it.
Yeah, I can't play NTSC on this game ever again.
I do.
Yeah,
To PAL.
many learned on NTSC, and all the strats you're going to see here are doable on NTSC,
Yeah.
but it's like 4 times as difficult. Like, that initial punch in the infiltration area is really, really precise, much more precise.
Those 3 of those 4 days I said I was learning this game, first 3 minutes, yeah, it was that punch.
Yeah, it only took me like a day. You know, that's the difference between PAL and NTSC. So if you're a European speedrunner, you're like, man, PAL sucks. And it's like, no, it doesn't.
No, you're
For this
good.
game, it rocks. It rocks really hard, including Metal Gear 1 on the same
Yes.
disc. Again, MGS3, PAL Subsistence, not the HD Collection. HD Collection runs at the same speed regardless of region, but
I bought 2 versions of the game. I learned the hard way.
yeah.
The other thing about why you also don't want to play on HD Collection is that that game handles RNG differently, so you can't
Yeah.
actually manipulate Black Ninja. So on HD Collection, he's random, but on PAL, on any PS2 version of this game, you can fully control where he's going and what he's going to do.
Plywood, you want to explain Big Boss Rank?
Yes, so to get Big Boss Rank, we need to do a few requirements. We can't get any more than 6 alerts. In the route, we have 3 that's routed in. 2 are required, 1 is optional, but it's good for the route. We can kill no more than 5 guards. We can eat no rations, no continues. Time is not a factor. We're gonna kill the time requirement. And I think that's it.
And one of the good things about this game compared to the MSX version is that we get a health upgrade after beating bosses. So we really don't need the rations. As long as you take care of your health during boss fights and not die, you're gonna get all your health back.
Also, you might be noticing, hey, this game's in Spanish. What's up with that? Minnie, what is up with that? Why are you playing in Spanish?
It was the cheapest PAL copy on eBay.
That's very practical. So coming up here, we're gonna be picking up some mines in this desert. There's mines that you have to pick up. There's different ways to pick it up. It's not too big of a deal. Minnie does his own route. But here's the scary part.
I hate this area.
This is the swamp. Apparently trucks actually drive along this line that Minnie's walking. This is where the double-edged sword of PAL comes into play. You're running so fast that you really have to be tight on your turns. Casually, this is just trial and error. A speedrunner, you just kind of have to know very small visual cues like the bubbles, the algae, stuff like that. And we're gonna take this guy out for safety. You don't have to, but he's still gonna be running around, and we could run into him accidentally as we exit this hut.
Oh boy, it's the running man.
Kojima's favorite boss fight.
Which, yes, I told everyone a couple days ago that this is actually, and this is true, this is Hideo Kojima's favorite boss fight in the Metal Gear series.
What's his backstory, Minnie?
So he was a former Olympic sprinter turned terrorist.
He turned his speed for evil. We use our speed for good at games done quick. This guy uses it for evil.
So right here, we're gonna place the mines that we just got, go back out, get our oxygen back, go back in, walk all the way up here, and then we're just gonna keep going back and forth between these two screens, and Running Man's just gonna foolishly run over the mines. Ow.
Man, this hurts. But I love running so much.
And that's the boss fight, and he became a
cookie. And then he explodes. Again, Hideo Kojima's favorite boss fight, everyone.
Don't know why. I mean, but that is true. Look it up. It is 100% true.
So coming back through the swamp, even though it's the same line, if you ask people to run this game, it just feels harder. It's really bizarre.
No, going back, I don't get it. Like, I will fall in the swamp every single time. Going there, not a problem. I don't know what it is.
And you think you could maybe cross the swamp. Like, it seems like it's just barely enough, but you'll sink and die every time, sadly.
And I don't think there's a checkpoint until you get to the desert before the Hind fight. So if he would have died right there, he would be right back where we'd have to like grind and getting the mines and then having to fight Running Man.
Yeah, I'd have to fight Running Man again.
Yeah, which you don't want. We want to go face.
So coming up is a warning shot strat. We love those in the Metal Gear series. This is one that many actually came up with. Originally, you would punch the rail here, but instead, we're gonna make him ask, what is that noise in Spanish? Que es ese ruido? I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. In the Spanish, if I'm butchering that Spanish restream, please tell me. Please tweet me and say you're not speaking Spanish properly. I apologize.
Oof.
And a little adjustment there. If he just ran straight up, Snake would actually have to like shift while he's crouched, and that's a little bit slower.
So now we're gonna go back up here, and we're gonna start heading towards the desert to fight the Hind. We have to encounter one of the greatest things in this game, and that's squeaky sand.
Yeah, the singing sand. So Big Boss imported singing sand from Japan to build this small little desert at his base because Big Boss is a man of exquisite taste.
He's pretty cool is what he is.
It really is neat that he decided to do this. And they get confused from the singing sand. We exploit that.
And here comes the Hind.
We come in at the very edge, which is important since we're going to go to the quadrant to our right. Minnie, is this your second or most favorite character in this game, the Hind?
This is my second favorite character.
This boss fight, honestly, is pretty cool because you pretty much look at your radar the whole time.
Yeah, you don't want to actually have the Hind come onto your screen.
He will shoot you and
he
you
will
die.
destroy you.
He will absolutely destroy you. But 4 shots right there and he is gone. And we got all our health back.
Well done.
That's why we're able, like, you saw him walk through 2 mines before we got here. He just walked through them, doesn't have to worry about it because he was immediately going to get his health back.
I got my Vita back, Starwin.
Yeah, Vita. Careful. So right there, it's very subtle, but that guard that he just punched looks forward. He'll be looking to his side, but once he looks forward, you can approach him and punch.
Oh no, I gotta talk to Colonel.
You want to talk to him again? Well, we'll never be able to talk to him again, so it's like our parting call. Goodbye, Colonel. Because he changes his frequencies like, hey, hit me up here, and we're like, no thanks.
Yeah, we don't need to talk to him ever again, so him changing his number is just kind of meaningless.
So right here on this very specific screen, we have to get in contact with Holly. Holly is trapped in a room in the basement, which we were going to go there and save her. You can only get this codec call on that screen, so if you forget, you got to backtrack.
Yeah, that's the only screen where you can take that call, and you need to take that call for her to even, like, spawn.
Yes, she will not. You can go to the room, she will not be there unless you did the call, which is weird.
And we need her because she has pretty much the most valuable ID card in the game.
Yes, very much so.
So this spiral is fairly challenging since you need to be careful as they're moving to time out your punch properly so we can make them shake their head sooner. It's all about making them shake their head. If you like making people shake their head, you should run this game.
You should just play this game.
You should also just play this game.
Yeah, play this game.
Oh my goodness.
If you're a fan of Metal Gear, a lot of the series after this point takes a lot of cues from this game, especially Metal Gear Solid 1.
Like, I'm a firm believer that the 2D Metal Gear games are some of the best games in the series.
Especially this one.
Oh, this game is so good.
This is the best 2D Metal Gear.
Do you agree? Do you agree, Plywood?
Metal Gear Ghost Babel forever, but I really like this game too. So we met up with Holly, and now we're gonna take a trip through the jet stream in the sewer. This is just how Europeans swim. Okay, European snake is well trained.
Breathe, breathe, breathe. And go back under. Yeah, this snake actually has an oxygen meter. He doesn't need an oxygen tank.
Yes, he can actually hold his breath. He learned how to do that.
Holding breath underwater is a feature in this game.
So we're back at the Zanzibar building to pick up some grenades. This basement one, we're gonna knock on a wall the moment we transition the screen to distract this guard. It's very important we do that as soon as we transition, because if you knock too late, he will move in a direction we don't want him to go. He's gonna look at the wall, and we're just gonna squeak on by.
As you saw, it's perfectly timed. Like, it looked like he was about to like get caught. Nope. Turns his head right when he needs to.
It's all perfectly timed.
It's a speed run.
Speed run, you say? Now, I have to clarify something. We're going for Big Boss rank, but be aware that Big Boss is actually in this game. So when we refer to Big Boss, could be the rank, could be the guy. All right. Ouch. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Imagine if Snake had to eat underwater at those parts.
Yeah, that'd be scary.
That's fast food.
That's some fast food. Yeah, these children are just kind of wandering around the sewer.
Apparently, Big Boss is a nice guy. They have their own sewer to play in.
They can hang out in the sewer. So coming back through the spiral, we're going to be facing off against a worthy foe for many.
Yes.
Red Blaster. We're all terrified of Red Blaster.
He crawls and throws grenades. He's scary.
I think we have time for a couple donations, right?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Awesome, awesome. We got $50 coming in from Hoth Raka saying, "Hi, Minnie. I'm 2 couches away from you right now. I'm so excited that I got to hang out with you again and that you got a run in. You're like the only one in our friend group who still seriously speedruns, so you definitely deserve it. Good luck. Don't go slow."
Thank you.
We have $30 coming in from GD152 saying, "A weapon to surpass Metal Gear. Charity. Charity." We also have $140.85 from
Good codec number.
Dr. Graglick saying, "A weapon to surpass cancer. Let's keep donating to give PCF the funds it needs to beat the big boss of cancer. Always love the marathons. Keep being awesome."
So yeah, this boss is pretty self-explanatory. The terror of throwing grenades at this guy slowly crawling along the ceiling.
The scariest thing about this run is right at the very end, he's gonna throw the last grenade and there's a pit that he's gonna walk over. That's the scariest part, is dying in that pit.
Well done, Minnie.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, that boss, he's so hard that they didn't include him in the boss rush.
You know what's harder than that boss fight? This bird.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this bird is actually, this is actually the bird boss of this game.
Bird up.
So this bird is random. We have a cheese ration out. Oh my gosh!
Come on, dude.
He trolled.
So you equip a ration at this part because it'll allow the bird to land and you can actually get the note that's attached to him. There we go.
Okay.
That's fine. That can be so much worse.
Yeah, he can literally walk up the fence, off the roof, and you're just gonna have to kind of smoke a cigarette and wait for him to come back. It can take this part can take over a minute if it wants to, or just 5 seconds.
So I just thought of something. So in that cutscene right there, Dr. Marv is speaking in Czech, right? Mm-hmm. Is he still speaking is it still in Spanish in the subtitle?
No, I think it's always
No,
Czech.
it's always Czech.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
That's good to know.
So we just dealt with the bird boss, but now we're gonna have to deal with the 4th floor boss.
4th floor.
Now, I believe 4 in Japanese is an unlucky number. It's a number associated with death. And I think that was part of Kojima's dastardly plan for this floor. This is the floor where we're going to have to deal with the second hardest punch in the game to make a guy shake his head. It's a really hard head shake punch. And that's one we're going to have to do right at the start. It's a very tight movement window.
Yes, this is the part where Big Boss rank can, you can start you basically, this is a room where we're going to be getting a potential alert, which we do not want.
And we have to do it twice.
And yes, we will be going through this area twice.
So that's 4 chances for an alert. And if you heard us mention earlier, we only have 3 extra alerts. So if we get the worst luck possible, which is 4 alerts each visit, we cannot get Big Boss rank.
It has nothing to do with execution.
No, it's pretty much walking into the room and hoping you don't get caught.
Okay. We're good. But yeah, so this first punch is really difficult. Even on PAL, it's difficult. On NTSC, it's insane.
It's funny, is what it is.
But then once we get through a majority of floor 4, we're gonna go into an area with mannequins, and there's 2 rooms that have guards in them that are posing as mannequins. Their positions are random, and the moment you enter the screen, you could just get caught.
Yep.
There's really nothing you can do about it. Some of them you can avoid, but some you'll just get spotted the moment you enter the room.
We're really just hoping for one perfect floor 4. That would be very ideal.
Exactly. So here we go. First trip. He's gonna enter the room along that line. It's okay. You just go back into the elevator if you get caught. The reason why this initial area is so difficult is because of that sensor. If you wait too long to punch that guy, you'll get caught by the sensor and you won't be able to get the cycle. And we wait a moment for that guy to pass by and then run along this wall. So again, there's gonna be 2 mannequin rooms with guards in them. In the second one, Minnie's gonna enter at a very specific spot to reduce the number of possible positions where he'll get caught, but again, you can't get perfect luck.
All right, so here we go for the mannequin room.
Okay.
That's good.
That's good.
One more screen. Take the safety line.
All right.
Yeah.
It's 2 alerts, so we're 1 under the max. It's okay. Luckily, once you get through the second trip through floor 4, the rest of the game is fairly easy sailing. As long as you know what you're doing in the end game. And if you've played Metal Gear Solid 1, you might be getting some flashbacks of going into a woman's restroom. This is Gustava.
This Metal Gear 2 is such a good game that Metal Gear Solid, they took a lot of elements from Metal Gear 2 for Metal Gear Solid. And a lot of people, when Metal Gear Solid came out, thought it was a complete remake of Metal Gear 2. So because of Metal Gear 2, Metal Gear Solid is where it's at right now. It's just a fantastic game.
Now that we have a party, this game now just became an RPG suddenly. We can't crawl into elevators, and you'll see the difference between crawling and walking in. You don't want to walk in those, by the way. It's instant kill. The dozer's in the sewer.
And Minnie was lined in a spot where if he would have just pressed up, he would have got killed. It's just perfect alignment.
We're gonna meet up with Dr. Madnar, who needs to go to the bathroom.
Really bad.
Yeah, the name of the song is The Doctor's Reprieve, and that's about his bladder, so. This game was making potty jokes even at the start of the series, so. I think we have time for some donations, right?
Mm-hmm.
No worries. We have $100 coming in from Dave Flair that says, loyalty to your country or loyalty to me? What boss are you? Good luck, Minnie.
Thank you.
We have $30 coming in from Lieutenant Humphrey saying, miniomegaking, do you think cancer prevention can bloom, even on a battlefield?
Of course I do.
$100 coming in from Raziel042 saying, Snake, are you here? Snake? Snake! We have $100 coming in from Condor2113 saying, hey y'all, the Metal Gear series is my favorite game series of all time. Sucked a lot of time into beating them only to see them get destroyed here at AGDQ. We have $100 coming in from Nick59 saying, what's a Solid Snake use to get the leaves off of his lawn? Chat? Audience?
I don't want to know.
No, a leaf blower.
I don't get it. Well, anyways, this is the bridge, Puente. The doctor's gonna cross first, and this scene is pretty special, right, Pucci?
It's very special.
Yeah.
It's one of the earliest instances of an interactive cutscene in video games. Because right here, if you don't hold forward, Snake won't move.
No.
Gustava!
She was alive for all of 2 minutes during the run.
Yes.
But
Frank.
Frank. Who is this Frank?
It is actually very sad because Frank is Gustava's former lover and accidentally killed Gustava right there.
Great Fox.
Great Fox.
You know what's really great about this game? It has a Metal Gear in it.
I know.
Unlike the NES version.
Yes. So that line looked a little bit weird, but there's mines there
Yes.
that Minnie has to run around.
Now we're going to be doing a little bit of backtracking. We need to get a couple of items, and then we'll be coming back here pretty soon.
That's another punch that's pretty difficult on TSC. Not so bad on PAL.
I know I need to run PAL. I understand.
You gotta get pals.
I felt the speed.
Feel the need.
Snake puts his extra fast in his pants. I know. I need to.
Well, it's just that NTSC is carrying like ankle weights.
So we're going to be backtracking to the first building, going across to the singing sand. We're having to go get a kite, hang glider.
A big kite. Big boy kite.
It's a big
For the big boss boy. And you might have noticed that we haven't gotten a health refill for a while, and this is actually one of the more challenging areas of the game since we have a pretty big gap between the bosses, so you have to be careful on how you handle damage. And since we go through floor 4 twice and you have the chance to get shot, it's a bit spooky. We're gonna punch him again.
He's so poor guy, man.
Poor man. Poor Green Beret. Can't catch a break. He did waste our time for several minutes, though.
What's funny, there is a manipulation for that part, but it's just impossible to recreate.
You can't do it on PS2. It's only done on
It's only
MSX.
right. It's only done on the MSX.
Now, this room's pretty amazing, isn't it? There's going to be some mannequins, and there's one guy pretending to be a mannequin.
If you pay attention to your radar, there's actually a blinking dot in the left corner, just showing you that, yes, that is an actual enemy. Just the game trying to get force you to get an alert if you're not paying attention.
That guy has the worst job.
Go stand in this room full of mannequins.
Pretend you are one of them.
Protect the big boy kite.
And we have to wait there, again, using the radar. Radar is so key in this run to make sure that guard turns so he doesn't see us. And here's our trip back to the 4th floor. And fingers crossed. There we go.
Good. So we just need to worry about the mannequin room.
People, please give a round of applause.
Yeah,
that's a hard punch.
It is.
That's a difficult punch. So you got it 1 out of 2.
So now we have the RNG mannequin rooms now, and hopefully we pull through.
I think we have 1 alert to spare.
Yes.
So.
1 from the max.
Now, you don't actually need to go back to the fourth floor now, but it's the most convenient time to do it.
Yes, the game, if you're playing this casually, this is a nightmare. You'll get to the very last screen in the game, and it's like, oh, you need this key, and then this is where you'd have to do it. All right, but here we go, mannequin room.
All right, good luck.
Ooh, and we made it through. Awesome.
All right.
Ooh.
Still on Big Boss
Yes.
pace. So if you've played Metal Gear Solid 1, you're probably having a nightmare right now thinking about freezing PAL cards.
Yes. Telling you, Metal Gear 2 did it first.
Metal Gear 2 did it first. We go into this freezer, freeze a brooch that turns into a key. If you're playing casually, you would have no idea to do this. But Snake knows.
While these games are very, very fun to play casually, they are very cryptic. Especially the Metal Gear MSX is very cryptic.
And I do just want to point out that we missed it earlier, but yes, there is an elevator in the women's restroom.
Yes.
So
That takes you to the sewers.
That takes you to the sewers, yeah.
Yeah, and the dialogue, Snake's like, an elevator in the women's restroom. How convenient.
Hideo Kojima, you're a great man.
So while we have some downtime, Minnie, why don't you tell us your favorite fun fact about Zanzibar Land?
So Zanzibar Land obviously is founded and ruled by Big Boss. But one of the most interesting things is that it's actually one of the only other countries that celebrates American Thanksgiving besides America. I guess he liked it so much that he decided to bring it over to his nation.
So we're coming back through this crevice area, and we're going to pick up another set of mines in the truck to get to 30, the max that we have at our current life.
Yes, we're going to be fighting another boss that uses the mines, again, in a very funny, very, very funny way.
Yeah, credit to Jaguar King for finding this boss strat. This strategy actually used to be much more difficult.
Oh man, this fight's awesome.
But now it's pretty hilarious and fairly simple, but it does involve some basic math.
That's,
I know. It can be tough sometimes.
Do we have time for a couple donations?
Like probably after this fight.
Sure.
So Minnie's gonna lay down 6 mines on the right side, 6 on the bottom, and then 4 on the left side. That's because you can't put down any more mines at this point. And you're gonna get to the 19th floor and it's gonna stop.
No, we're going to make it. I believe in this time.
We're gonna make it. Didn't happen this time. Gray Fox is like, you fool, you've fallen into the Ultra Box. Well, that's what it's called in the original version. It's called Four Horsemen here, but Ultra Box is a better name. So 2 more mines for the left guy. They're gonna keep on jumping into mines. And we're gonna drop 2 7. We're gonna have 7 mines because we need those 7 for later. And we'll finish this top guard off with a grenade.
You would think, like, they just saw their comrades die the same way. No, they're just keep doing it.
And this is the hardest part of the fight.
Shoot the J. Shoot it. Hey.
Perfect timing. Even though that's fairly easy, if you run over your mines by accident, you're in a lot of trouble there.
I've done that.
Yeah,
I've done that so many times.
It's a rough trip. I think we have some time for donations.
Yeah, we got time.
Awesome. We have $25 coming in from Erifram's wife saying, I completely forgot to donate during my husband's run, so I might as well donate during the Metal Gear block. Good luck on those head shakes for Minnie from Erifram and Jen Arwick.
Thank you.
We have $50 coming in from Jeff B saying, love GDQ, gonna be late to work because of this Metal Gear 2 run. Cheers, guys.
That's a good reason to be late for work.
Also $25 coming in from Toby saying, I felt bad watching since the beginning and not donating. Here's a small donation to ease my culpability. Thanks for the show and entertainment. Having a blast watching Richard Gere 2, Solid Snake.
Ooh, we actually got good luck there.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
So So sometimes the guard will miss their shot, and then you get to punch the guard coming in, and you'll have max health. The reason why this is relevant is the next boss is Jungle Evil, or Predator in the original version. And that boss can be a bit trouble since it's very random. So having more health allows us to tank more damage. If you've played Metal Gear Solid 1, I think you know what this is.
Man, if you've ever played Final Fantasy VII, you should know what this part is.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, this is just some basic turning. I think this is a good time for donations.
Very good time.
By the way, the music in this game is phenomenal.
Oh, the soundtrack is fantastic. Do yourself a favor, if you've never seen this game before, go watch the opening cinematic for this game, like the credits, the opening credits.
The theme of Solid Snake.
The theme of Solid Snake is
So good.
so good.
Yeah, you can tell this is when Kojima really started like adding that cinematic
Oh, for
movie
sure.
feel to the game. It really does unfold like a movie as far as the plot and the pacing. And oh my gosh, the pit. But it's okay.
Who would put a pit there? That's not nice.
We're fast enough because we're Europeans.
You know, I bet the guards would be able to catch up to him if they had the shuffle from the NES.
Yes, if they could shuffle just a little bit more, they'd be able to do it.
All right, one more flight and we're done.
So the whole purpose of coming all this way up is that we're going to use our big boy kite to fly across that crevice that we couldn't cross before.
Hey, Snake wore a big boy suit. He can have a big boy kite.
Exactly. So this area is fairly simple, but you need to know where you're going. This guy's going to get distracted by the tripwire being tripped. Knock on the wall, distract that guy. And then we're going to come up over here. He's going to hear us walking over, punch him in the knee.
Have time for a cigarette, though. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, we need to puff our cigarette to calm our nerves and see the wind direction.
And then right here, just listen to this. Mwah.
We weren't
Reminded to
kidding.
play this game, guys.
You have to play this game.
Nice music in there.
Oh, so good.
So that's like the calm before the storm of Jungle Evil.
Predator.
So there's this barren crevice, and then again, Big Boss is like, we need some grass for my man, Jungle Evil.
And then he's like, where is he? I don't see him. Oh, there he is. Oh, hello.
Yeah, so this guy pops up randomly in the grass, and he can decide to pop up even in the wrong quadrant, and he can pop up when he wants, so.
The best thing we want him to do is to be spawning close to these boxes so we don't take damage. Like this, so we'll just go around, throw a grenade. But he doesn't like to do that sometimes, so this is good. Very, very good.
Yeah, this is fairly good so far, but you can decide that was immediate. That's really nice.
I mean, after this fight, we will be getting more health, so it's not a big deal. Good, this is actually not too shabby.
And when he pops up in the distance, it's okay if we take a shot. He's being tricky.
Oof.
That was the perk of not getting that damage when we were climbing the tower.
Right.
Just waiting, just killing time.
There's one more?
One more, yep.
Yeah,
one
you
more
said
to
one
go.
more.
Oh.
Did you
Oh my goodness, the odds of that is, oh wow.
Not likely. He just wanted a hug.
So that guard, oh good, that guard was in a not annoying position.
So this is the one intentional alert in the route. If you don't take this alert, the puzzle just takes a really long time to solve.
So we're gonna grab an egg for a very funny reason. There's actually 2 different eggs in the game. I'll wait to explain what both these eggs do until this one hatches, which will be in a little bit.
No, this is not for breakfast. Don't remind me. I'm waiting on my bagel. But we're gonna need this egg coming up in the final area of the prison.
For the most ridiculous reason.
No, it's brilliant.
I guess? Like, I don't know.
Only Solid Snake could come up with this solution. Don't shake your head at that puzzle. It's wrong. So that looks scary, but when the outer ring is the only ring there, you can actually cross the little sensor there.
That truck right there is a trap. There's actually 3 guards in there waiting for you, but there is a ration.
Yeah, they're waiting. They're like deciding who's gonna eat the ration. So, Pucci, how about you explain this brilliant puzzle to us?
Sure. So you saw that we picked up that egg, and we're gonna wait for that egg to hatch. But when we came into the screen at first, you saw a barrier to get into the next area. So what Solid Snake has devised is that we're gonna wait for this egg to hatch, and when it hatches, an owl will come out and be part of our inventory. And we'll wait for that owl to go hoot, hoot. When the guard hears that owl, he thinks it's nighttime and it's time to go to bed, so he turns off the electric grid and leaves.
What is wrong with this guy?
Keep in mind, we cannot cross the barrier, so there's no way for us to cross. But he's like, man, I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna leave the base defenseless now.
And this is a real-time puzzle.
Yes.
So there's no way to accelerate this. We just have to wait for the owl to hatch. There it is.
It's like Ocarina of Time with the chicken, but it's equally as stupid.
Yeah.
And there is another egg, isn't there?
So
There
that
is
other
another egg,
base-
yes.
Yeah, we went to the left side, which had the owl. The right side, if you hatch that egg, it has a snake. And the snake will appear in your inventory screen and dance around your inventory and eat all of your rations.
And then just leaves like the
Yeah.
goon he is. It's a hungry little baby snake.
And we're in.
What's funny is the grid doesn't do any damage. Like, for the longest time, I was like, oh, I shouldn't touch that. No, you just walk into it. It's not even that good of a defense system.
It's a very hazardous work environment for the people working in this prison, by the way.
This room is a hallway with a death trap. Like,
Just Big Boss decides what he wants in Zanzibar
I
land.
want my floors to sound like this when you step on them.
I need some sand. I need some singing sand.
Speaking of what the floor sounds like, we actually are coming to a really cool boss fight casually. For the speed run, not so much, but
Cool concept, but
cool concept, but nah, not for the speed run.
this guy's named Night Fright or Night Sight in the original version. And Minnie, I know you're terrified of Night Fright because you can't see him.
I can't. I don't know where
He's
he is.
invisible.
Where is he?
Look, he's not even right there. He's a
Who is that?
He's a scan line. That's all he is.
This is a great
Ooh.
song, but we won't hear it. There's too much explosions.
So what you're supposed to actually do in this fight casually is hear where he's at because the floor makes different sounds. But right here, we just stay in one spot and throw grenades.
In execution, he just kind of dies.
Right here, we have the brown ration equipped to walk over these acid pits because because the chocolate will absorb it.
Yeah, chocolate neutralizes acid. If you walk into that without the chocolate, you will sink into it.
Oh, you just melt.
Yeah, you just melt.
Like Wizard of Ozwitch with water. It's the same thing.
It's pretty cute. That's why we were picking up all those B3 rations throughout
B1.
the run. Or B1, excuse me. How could I forget?
So, like, all the rations have, if you look in their inventory, the rations actually shows what's in them. And it's really cool because you use different rations for different things. Like, we're going to be using another ration. I'm going to say B3, or is it B2?
B3.
Yes, I was right. Because it has a cheese in it. Just think about what likes cheese. It's not what you think, though.
Not what you think. So this line is actually fairly hard. Minnie actually got the line,
Nice.
but if that guard starts moving before you come on that screen, you need to punch him. And really nice movement there to dodge that sensor from Mini.
And something that we didn't know until yesterday, well, Mini knew, you could just walk across that line right there and just make it without triggering the alert. So we're having to go all the way back where we fought Jungle Evil because that's for the last key card that we need.
Yeah, he was guarding the other key that we need.
Night Fright, I guess, was hanging out with Jungle Evil and they dropped it.
I don't know.
That's what happened. I don't know.
It's a good theory.
Night Fright wasn't tasked with any cards. It was just Jungle Evil. He had 8 and 9.
It's because of the grass. Big Boss was like, you get 2.
It took me so long to make your arena that you get 2 cards to guard.
God, what a waste of resources, my God.
Can we flip through a couple donations?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, we have $141.12 from Ryujin saying, thanks for recognizing the theme of Solid Snake, which is one of the best tunes to come out of the 90s gaming era. Putting the money towards getting Cuphead run on stream. Good luck on the rest of NG2, and always remember to have a steady stream of chocolate.
Chocolate.
We have $25 coming in from Moe May saying, had to donate during Metal Gear. This is my boyfriend's favorite game series. It got him through some tough times in his life. We have $10 coming in from Kurosu saying that Snake impression, solid.
Agreed. Well done, host.
Yes. Yeah. No, seriously, the Blacktastic has pretty spot on David Hayter right there. Also, we had a punch before coming into this room right here, which was
Pretty tough, but Mini nailed it.
tough on NTSC for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, you have to be perfect on NTSC to get that punch. It's just brutal.
I'll honestly say that I hardly ever get it.
And we have officially gotten to the point where we are under the alert count, so
Yes.
this is really good going into the final suite of bosses here. Starting off,
This is get ready for this boss fight. You're not. Whew.
if you've never seen this game before, you may have a different image of Snake after this fight. We're about to be betrayed by Dr. Madnar. Holly's like, that guy's a fake. Don't trust him.
He's fake and he lifts more than you, Snake.
He's super strong.
He puts Snake in this grapple hole, and the only thing that can defeat him is landmines.
It's like, oh, I have some left over. I'm just gonna blow this old man up. And he's just as strong as one of the 4 horsemen.
Dude, he will kill you. He will choke you out, and this guy's 80 years old. Come on. Here's the you explain these guys. Oh man.
Yeah, these are the poisonous Zanzibar hamsters. They look like rats. These are hamsters.
That is the truth. They are hamsters. They're deadly poisonous Zanzibar hamsters.
We bait them with cheese and we shoot them with a pistol because they're that deadly.
One hitter quitter.
One hit, one touch from the Zanzibar poisonous hamster, and you will die immediately.
So we're gonna grab this MSX cart, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's the most powerful computer system known to mankind. So what is Madnar telling us, Mini?
It's telling us how to defeat Metal Gear.
The same one that he built.
Same one that he built. In the MSX version, you actually see Metal Gear. In the NES one, you don't. But he never learned to make the legs durable. So they're always the weak point.
They're even worse in this one. In the MSX version, you have to bomb them in a certain order, right, left, right, left, whatever. I don't even know. I run the game and I don't even remember. This one, we're just gonna throw 12 grenades and it's gonna be done.
Oh, by the way, epilepsy warning.
Epilepsy warning.
Yes.
Yeah, this is a pretty big flashing right here.
Oh, he's a big boy. Look at him.
You got a paint job the last time we saw
did.
him.
Yes.
But he skips leg day.
Mini's gonna run along to the wall here and pretty much just follow the Metal Gear as it goes up and down. Metal Gear D.
Metal Gear D.
Metal Gear D stands for, damn, I forgot to make this boss hard. I'm sorry, Ghost Babel, it's just harder. But
Snake's Revenge
Snake's
fight.
Revenge.
That one was awesome.
Floating fire.
Floating fire. It was kind of sad. We tested. Yeah, we lose everything before we go into the Gray Fox minefield fight. Which, if people didn't know, this is the fight that gets mentioned in Metal Gear Solid. And
This is Gray Fox.
good.
All right.
Good fight. That is a very scary fight. Remember when we did CQC on the battlefield? No, I remember you walked into a bunch of mines and killed yourself. That's all I remember.
So Gray Fox has less iframes than we do, so we can just kind of like walk around the arena and he just kind of dies. You're
And
supposed to like punch him and avoid the mines, but
it takes way too long.
here he is, big boss.
So this fight, we don't have any of our equipment. So Big Boss has decided to hide a bunch of key cards in all these different rooms. The main objective is to get a lighter, and I can't remember what the chemical spray is called, but basically we get the spray and the lighter, and we're gonna get a flamethrower, and that's how we're gonna be able to defeat Big Boss.
The Death Ray.
You make a death ray. And
It's very pretty when you spray it.
Now, Big Boss himself is really bizarre. That's not good.
I run into acid and nothing happens. Yeah.
He can just
You
run
go
through
away.
the acid. Oh, come on,
He's
dude.
being a jerk.
He's being a real jerk right now. He can be aggressive in patrol, or he can just kind of
He can
wander off and just not do anything for
He
a
can
while.
be far away from you the whole time, but no, he's got a mind of his own for sure.
Ideally, we want him to be passive at the start and aggressive once we actually decide to fight him.
Yes. And there's actually more key cards here than you actually need. One of them's one that does absolutely nothing.
Pure red herring.
Yes.
Oh, my Lord.
He's,
Oh, come on, dude.
leave me alone.
it might be one little bullet, but those bullets do a lot of damage. So right here, we're just gonna kind of cheese him, do as much damage as we can as he stays on the screen, and then we're gonna screen transition. Big Boss usually follows you. Sometimes he won't though. He's just kind of doesn't. Sit right there, going with the
Hello.
opposite direction.
Hello.
And okay, here we go.
Finally, okay.
And then we'll get him right here.
Hello?
See you later.
Bye. All right, he's actually in the best
No,
spot.
this is the best spot because after he dies, we're going to have to escape, and the door is right here. Come on, Big Boss.
Ah.
What
where
the
were the bullets?
Oh, we're almost there.
Big Boss
Two
feels
more.
conflicted about shooting his
Two more
child.
shot, and then ah!
Hey! Esto noha terminado. Esto noha terminado. He's doing the other Big Boss shuffle.
And as with every other boss, you
He
explode.
explodes.
All right, only thing that's left is getting caught. Oh no. Well, we can't get Big Boss anymore. Oh, never mind, it's Holly.
Better,
It's
Meryl.
out Meryl. So for this whole game, Snake has been running at a certain speed. At least this is how it is in the NTSC version. At this part, you start jetting faster than you ever have before.
Yeah, NTSC at this point matches normal PAL.
Which is hilarious.
And PAL's just like, phew. So yeah, this is the escape sequence. We're gonna punch these two guards out so they shake their head in unison.
Because remember, we have to kill 5 guards, or we can't kill more
We
than 5.
can't kill more than 5.
So
So there's 3 more guards that we're gonna kill right at the end, and that's gonna meet our limit. And we're gonna have to count 20 seconds once we call in for the helicopter, Charlie, not Pequod, his name's Charlie. We have to wait 20 seconds, and at that point, we can finally kill these 3 guards. Because if you kill them now, more will start pouring in, and then you won't be able to get Big Boss rank. This is the last challenge of Big Boss. Once Snake says, "Damn, I'm out of ammo" in Spanish, that's time.
and then we get to celebrate with a delicious Christmas dinner.
Yes, because this game does take place on Christmas Eve.
This is a Christmas video game.
All right, I think you're good.
Time.
Awesome run.
Big Boss Rank.
Oh no, what would we ever do? See, if that's what would have happened to us in the Hind D fight, if we would have stayed on screen with them.
So yeah, that was Big Boss Rank. So
That was perfect.
nice.
We won't be able to actually see the results screen,
Right.
but that fulfilled the requirements.
I do want to say this is actually the first time this game has been on a GDQ, and it's really awesome to finally see it here live in Rockville, Maryland. And we get this tiny little window of a cutscene.
MSX is working hard for this cutscene.
It really is.
It really is.
We get tiny credits and everything.
Any shout outs, Minnie?
Yeah, I want to shout out the Metal Gear speedrunning community. All the people who donated to help me get here. And there's too many people really just to name all of. I don't want to name all of them because I don't want to miss anyone. But yeah, this is play MGX2, everyone. Best 2D Metal Gear.
Ghost Babbles. Ghost Babbles, really good.
But yeah, if you guys want to learn any of the Metal Gear games, hop up to the Metal Gear Speedrunners Discord or metalgearspeedrunners.com. Whether you want to learn 2D or 3D or a future 4-dimensional Metal Gear game.
And we're always doing little events here and there. We're always doing something, growing every day, and this is definitely a very awesome community to be in.
And everyone give it up for Minnie for a Big Boss Run.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just witnessed miniomegaking perform no small feat at Awesome Games Done Quick 2019. Big Boss Rank with Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake. And we have a couple more donations rolling in about this Metal Gear block saying, $50 coming from Neil saying, chocolate neutralizes acid. Medical science just keeps on advancing. And piggybacking off of that, $25 from Dude Man Jones saying, I just did a quick fact check. Turns out that chocolate does actually react with sulfuric acid to create a tar-like substance that can plug leaks. This was used in an episode of MacGyver because, of course, Kojima would reference MacGyver. Donation goes to Announcer's Choice. And speaking of that, moving forward, all of my choices are going for Cuphead, so should yours. We're over $36,000 raised, a little bit more than halfway towards this $75,000 Cuphead total. So let's get those donations in for Cuphead, guys, if you want to see that as the next bonus game displayed. We have $50 coming in from Average Joe saying, thanks for all the good runs and great commentators. Kept you waiting, huh? We have $20 from Jay Woven that says, don't worry, announcer. Everyone at my work are laughing at your jokes. Thank you to everyone who is helping support such an amazing cause. We have $30 rolling in from Polar Barista that says, love you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here at Awesome Games Done Quick 2019, benefiting the Prevent Cancer Foundation. The Prevent Cancer Foundation is the only US-based nonprofit organization solely dedicated to cancer prevention and early detection. Our mission is saving lives across all populations through cancer prevention and early detection. Our vision is to stop cancer before it starts. And we have a lot of $5 donations coming in from the little $5 challenge that someone had posted to all of our viewers a bit earlier today. $25, 5 times 5, coming from Acid Panda saying, I just gave 25 because I didn't feel like typing in $5. Take my money and kill cancer. We have $50 coming in from Michael K saying, $5 train? I'll take care of 9 of you, but that doesn't mean that you others don't have to. We have $10 coming from Mr. LMM saying, $5 hype train continues. Also to the guy in Twitch chat who felt bad about being unable to donate, I got you, fam. My parents both beat cancer, so let's help others do the same. We have $100 coming in from Justin saying, choo choo, joining the train and adding some for those who can't donate. We have $5 coming in from Squander saying the $5 challenge has reached Austria. Cheers from Europe and a big high five to all the wonderful people who make GDQ possible. We have $75 coming in from Seraph23 saying, been watching for years and I love this community. Everything that they accomplish with their amazing dedication is inspiring. I hope to one day create a game for this community to destroy. I love you all and wish everyone a happy new year. Happy new year to you too, Seraph. We have $50 coming in from Uncle Optimus saying, love the stream and have been watching for years. Keep up the good work. We have $30 from Zokawi saying, here are my $5. We have an anonymous $100 donation saying, this is the best thing going. Stopping cancer and playing video games, what could be better? We have $25 coming in from JC213 saying, hi from the UK. Great entertainment as per usual.